All right.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to paint Yeoman Rand in the proper red. You were correct. She just doesn't look good with the blonde.
The blonde to the gold
Yeah,
dress.
blonde. Yeah, so she really needs the red uniform.
All right, so we're live, OTNG. I don't know what session is, probably 28 or 29. I've lost count. And we've got Nils, Ethan, and Peter, and we're just running through what 5 characters we're going to bring to the session tonight. Just a quick recap, we left the party at the north of the Star Lake on the east side of the Dragon Wall, and I'll turn it over to you guys.
We're about to die.
No, we're not quite there yet. We have to decide who's going to die in this room. So
correct.
Well, Hammy is 1 adventure from 4th level. So Ethan, the question is, if your cleric is close, then we could play him. Though, as Nils was saying, his elf has enough EP, though he's been a really helpful elf.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't remember he's done a lot. But actually, let me check because.
Well, Garrett is currently a level 2 cleric who has enough experience to get him to level 3 currently.
Okay. So
any experience at this point is forfeit.
Okay. Well, then let's put Hammy in the party. Plus, he's so cute.
We need the luck battery.
Yes.
This is only about to get worse from here.
Oh, God. You know, as soon as I saw the big statue face, I'm like, oh, that thing's going to talk to us. I knew it. But nice voice last week, I meant to tell you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I keep getting confused. Does it have to be 1 more than the level you're getting to, or 1 more than your current level?
1 more than the level you're going to. So
okay.
if you're going to level 3, you need 4 sessions.
Okay. Maybe I don't have it. But under the circumstances, I'm thinking that, completely metaing this whole thing, I'm thinking that having a cleric as we talk to the giant head might be a good idea.
Well, we have Gerda.
But 2 clerics.
I mean, we can bring Garrett the 43rd. He has no problems with appearing.
Well, you 2 can fight it out. I've already made my claim. Hammy's coming.
Okay, good enough. Ethan, roll a die.
Okay.
Roll a D6. Decide to something.
4.
What's that mean? It means you got a 4. Oh, 17.
I guess Ericor's coming. Of course, that's his 1 high roll for the game, so.
Hey, at least if we all die, I have a level 3 cleric coming out of this. So
exactly. You're insured.
Practical.
Okay, so for the session tonight, we'll have Ridian, Ericor, Horus, Hammy, and Gerda. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
A wizard, an elf, a warrior, a halfling, and a cleric. Pretty diverse bunch you got there.
Yeah,
we like to be all-inclusive, equal opportunity.
Let's see. Picking up my notes from last week.
Yeah, our diversity used to be just a couple of dwarves.
I know.
Do you guys want the description again of
the chamber? It'd be nice just to set the mood.
Okay.
Yeah.
So remember that you had found this chasm, and then in the northern part of this of the map where you're currently positioned,
the valley
of the Star Lake, and there was this rise that you could see beyond this woods as you sort of marched your way around the lake, and Mike flew his moth around it, and when you guys all got to about here, you could see this knoll off in the distance, and atop that knoll was a peculiar set of standing stones, all cattywampus and at weird angles and peculiar shapes. And climbing up to the top of that knoll, you found this great chasm at the top of the knoll. with this stairway that led around the interior of that chasm, this circular chasm that descended into the dark. You descended down that stairway and then encountered this peculiar barrier, like almost like some sort of magical membrane, which was resistant to resistant to a physical touch, right? Like resistant to Horus's boot as he led the marching order down into the pit, and he ended up burning it away, and that allowed you to sort of pass through to the bottom of this chamber. So beyond the barrier, at the base of the uneven steps, is a shadowed-filled chamber, 60 feet in diameter and just as deep. The earthen area seems natural, save for a face carved in black basalt on the eastern surface. A face both handsome and cruel, which has been carved nearly 40 feet high, so that dominates even this large area. You can sense its brooding presence and realize that what faint light there is in this space comes from the carving itself. And remember, one eye cracked open and looked at you, and the other one opened as well and looked off in a different direction, like kind of this weird, almost kind of cross-eyed thing, and the lips begin to part and move, and the carving begins to speak. Who's woken my slumber?
Horus points at Gerda.
The Lord Retromax.
Saw that coming.
Well, great Retromax, we've sought you out. We're the curse breakers, and we're here to end your curse.
Who is this that speaks at me? And both the eyes kind of whirl around, and it's in the rock carved sockets like two big stone beach balls, and they kind of come to rest on Gerda. Is that who's speaking?
Yes.
Priestess of Ildavar, you have traveled far.
Not entirely by choice, but I'm here to bring the balance back.
None come beneath the dragon wall by choice.
Well, we plan to leave by choice.
Oh, you will escape this place, then you know the secret of its passage.
No, but I'm guessing you do.
One must die so all may flee. Who will it be?
Ah, crap.
Not
Wait,
me.
Can I bring up level 1 character?
Well, it may not be us. He may be talking about
Princess Jarella.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Or the Dragon Priest of Bafat Kor.
Balgazar the Bone Dragon, or Aelirth his true love. That's right.
Good, well, thanks for reminding me of their names.
I have it written down here. Well, I've heard you called the Trickster, and I'm guessing there's a second way, and you might know of it. What better way to taunt the Chaos Gods that have trapped you here? Why else would you be here?
I've been placed here. I've been placed here as a penance for my trifling and mortal affairs. Truly, they weren't all mortal, for some were kith, and I took great amusement at tormenting those tormentors.
Well, for good riddance.
Well, Balthazar says that there's no way he is going to be the one who dies.
And I'm sure that Aerith would say the same.
She seems to have an army on her side.
A remnants of one in any case.
Enough for us. So, my lord.
Well, with me by your side.
Now that's tempting.
We could be a fearsome
I'm
force to contend with for even Aerith and the remains of her loyal guard.
Horus doesn't like this. Trickster God, man. Trickster God.
I remember.
And so at this, the mouth cracks open even a little bit wider, and he's still speaking, but the lips are no longer moving, and this gold mist starts to flow out of his mouth, and he says, "Who will take me into their and serve me as their vessel?"
Horse backs away really quickly.
So just a quick step back. Was this was just a neutral trickster god, right? Not and
No, he's chaos.
Well, he's part of the court of chaos.
Do we have anybody in the party who's chaotic?
Certain wizard.
Oh my God, it's perfect.
Well, I'm already serving Dragora. This is like just a step up. I have a feeling that if I serve him, he'll protect me from Dragora.
That was a thought too, but I also had the thought that you still resent the fact you didn't get to rule the world, and this would be an awfully close second place.
Good point. I will step forward and say, "Oh Lord Retromax."
And he sees you starting to step forward and saying, "Oh Lord Retromax," and he says, "But it must be a man."
He is a man.
Yeah, Ridian's a guy.
Oh, he is? With all that hair, I thought he might have been.
This hair is proof of my commitment to chaos.
Clearly that you have been
I needed that.
blessed.
What? Clearly, I've been what?
Blessed. Clearly you've been blessed. And who are you? Wizard?
I am Radiant V's.
Ridian.
Magician, sorcerer of chaotic magics, former brief ruler of the world.
Into the CV.
Huh.
Right.
Never heard of him. Well, Ridian, accept me into your vessel and carry me forth, and I will aid you in the destruction of Alareth, or what's that other fellow's name?
Valkazar.
Valkazar.
So
And you will choose, and we shall escape together.
Once we escape, will my service be done, and will you leave my vessel?
Of course, for then I will be free of this cursed prison beneath the dragon wall.
This is why you always have a party of mixed alignment. I'm just putting that out there.
I'm just putting it out there that this is a trickster god.
Well, sure. But he's messing with Cousin It, and that's just entertaining.
That's right. While being your vessel will be a great honor, I do ask one further boon.
You would ask a boon of me, Retromax?
Yeah, it's fair.
That's why I'm asking. Currently, I'm under a guise to find a mirror for a Lady Dagora, and if we leave, I ask that you break that guise and no further and help me to prevent me from being further under her service.
Ridian, you forget the first tenet of chaos. We all have free will.
Right, but I don't want to die in my free will.
Well, we all must
you might get a patron
die
out
by
there.
our choices.
You
I
might
will
get a
aid
patron out
you
of it.
against this Dragora, you say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some princess, of course, who's fallen under your sway, I imagine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, I step forward and open my mouth and breathe in.
As soon as you take that first step and your lips crack, that golden mist goes swirling at you into this like little cyclone, and it knocks your head back and then knocks you over as it it's like a hound going to the rabbit hole.
Way too eager. Way too eager.
Proper plot, Tommy. Proper plot. Well done, Nils.
I have found my calling.
Horace asks if Ridian's still in there.
Am I able to answer?
Yeah. Yes. So you can answer and communicate as Ridian, but also Retromax speaks through you as well. It's this weird kind of
It's so cool.
split personality kind of thing. But there's
I saw that movie.
But there's an echo when the demon's talking, isn't there?
right. There's this booming. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
In other words, it's noticeable as to who's talking.
Right. So yes, I
Now
was.
Alarith must die. And he starts right. You kind of start hurdy-gurdying towards the stairs, and and Retromax says to you, "Ridian, cease fighting me and allow me to take control of this vessel."
Who says I was fighting him?
And it's almost like this kind of natural reaction that you have, like as if somebody were like kind of on your back, Ridian, and sort of pushing and pulling at you. It's like really this, like sort of manhandling you around.
Right.
You realize as you kind of step back and relax that things become a little more natural, and then when you go to take an action, it's like when you go to reach your arm, it's like that same hurdy-gurdiness until Retromax sort of relaxes whatever you're trying to do, scratch your beard or whatnot.
Right.
So let's see. There are some changes that wash over you through this possession.
More than my hairy 8 eyes monkeyness.
Okay.
Nice.
I am going to, let's see, what's the right way to do this?
I've got my phone. You want to text me something?
Or you could just private message him.
I could private message you, or I could update your character sheet with those notes, and then you can manage them as appropriate.
Okay.
So why don't you just give me a few minutes to do that?
No problem. This is a great story. I'm liking this.
Let's see here. Character journal.
The only question Horace has for his companions is whether or not this trickster god's actually going to leave Ridian when we're done.
He said he would.
Right. We will cross that bridge when we get to it. Let's be honest. Who wants to be inside the peasant id anyway? I'm sure he's not going to stick around long.
Well, of course he will. I have all my power, and therefore he will want to stay.
Of course, of course.
Just saying, trickster god.
I'm just saying this is very entertaining already.
Oh, it's incredibly entertaining.
So I figured out why Mike's not here.
Why is that?
He says that he doesn't want to be inside this built-up area, and so he can go off flying with his moth.
Oh, I can see that. I'm going to scout around, guys.
Put scouting around in quotation marks.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact he tamed a moth.
It's fantastic.
Are you painting?
Didn't you guys give him a name or something? I forgot what you named the moth.
He did name him.
It wasn't Mothra. It was something similar. It was almost Mothra, but someone convinced him not to do Mothra. Not me. I suggested Mothra.
I suggested Gamera because it wasn't Mothra, and that made it funny.
Nils, I think you can see the real-time updates going to your character sheet if you open it on your side.
Which tab are you updating?
The bio and info.
Oh, I was looking at the character sheet. Okay.
Bio and info. Ridian now permanently possessed by God of Chaos.
Nice. You don't see that every day.
No, you don't. At the very least, we should get double experience for this.
No, I should.
Not that it matters. We're all already over the cusp.
No, this is it for Hammy.
Aha.
And so far, these two are the most survival I've had in characters, so I'm hoping they last. Plus, I love my Greta figure.
Yeah, that's half the reason I haven't painted up a Horus figure. That and I need to get out of here and resize my nice Kith armor so I can actually do a model justice
Mm.
and get him that armor.
Let's see.
Be a fantastic way to celebrate his ascension to 4th level if he can make it.
That would be nice, and a good way to say fuck you to the Kith because you got their own.
Exactly.
These guys pissed me off. They were hunting unicorns. That's fuck.
It's wrong.
What else do you do with unicorns?
Use them to attract virgins. And the black stag. We met the black stag in the forest. That was such a Princess Mononoke moment.
Yes, it was.
And Aaron did not do his homework. I know that.
I haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if during the course of this adventure anyone finds a helmet, Horus would love a helmet.
Yeah, well,
Because he's a very nice Kith armor set minus a helmet.
Well, it doesn't need to be Kith, but I'm also looking for a shield because I have a feeling I'm going to need it.
Yeah. That's true. I do still have the ability to sunder my shield in the event of a fight
Mm-hmm.
with Horus.
Mm-hmm.
And he's carrying a sword and the mace if we have to fight the bone dragon. So
No bone dragon. That was the other reason I thought we should go after the princesses, because the bone dragon and the chaos god were allies of sorts, weren't they?
well, having read up on dragons, a dragon of that size would probably incinerate us in about 5 seconds.
See, all the more reason to avoid it.
Okay, Nils, those are the updates.
Okay, I see him.
You have a few things that you'll probably need to work on yourself, but maybe you can just work on them in the background. And if you need to pause to take a break to do anything linked to an encounter or whatnot, we can do that. But that's, this is just, it's more or less busy work for you, I think.
Oh, to make the changes to the character in this way?
Yeah, I mean,
okay, I see what you're saying.
Do
okay.
all of that.
Okay.
So for the benefit of the other guys, I've made jotted down a couple of quick notes that if that affect Ridian in ways that he can detect, based on the possession of Retromax. The possession by Retromax.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds right.
Yeah, it's by.
So what do you guys want to do?
I got a pocket full of rubbers and my homeboys do too. I'm sorry.
That's what happens when you teach junior high school.
Oh, it really does.
Oops.
I try not to
go. Let's say
dog around them, though. I really do. Well, I hate to explain this to Retromax, but it is night, and we're going to be running on fumes by the time we get to, and we don't have a lot of moths to fly all the way to the palace, so we're going to have to camp tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I've forgotten the frailty of mortal men. Let's see here.
Good thing it's temporary for you.
So are you guys going to camp?
I think it's a wise decision.
Okay.
It might be wise to camp down here too, away from jackalopes
Wild jackalopes.
and other such creatures, and Kith warriors. Now that we've pissed them off.
I should try to see if we can get a few jackalopes for dinner.
That's true. Horus is willing to go see if we can't find some jackalopes right outside.
You're going to spend some time hunting?
Just a little bit. For some
Okay.
food.
So you're leaving the chamber?
Yes.
Is just Horace going alone?
Oh, and I think we're all leaving the chamber, aren't we? Or are we going
You're
to?
all going to go together?
I don't think we want to camp in the chamber, do we?
I was just saying if we camp in the chamber, then at least we're not going to get raided by Kith patrols.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, that makes sense. Then let's two of us go out so you're not out alone, and I'm a hunter too. So
yeah.
So the two of you, Gerda and Horace, are going to do some hunting around the knoll of the cave.
correct.
I got my crossbow and my longsword.
Okay. Everything around the knoll itself and the weird standing stones is pretty barren. You feel like you'll have to travel some distance from there to find.
I guess we'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll wait till tomorrow then.
As you start to travel. Okay, good. That's a good choice.
We're not shooting black stags either.
Nope.
All right.
If we find him, we might be able to convince him to rally the other forest animals to help us fight this Kith princess person.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Go all Narnia on this sucker.
I was just going to say that'd be so Narnia because I can talk to the animals. We can pull a Dr. Doolittle.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Prince Caspian Revolt.
Let's go ahead and do the camping then. Everybody consume a point of food. Recover 1 point of luck for the thieves and the halflings. Recover 1 point of spell burn. Recover 1 hit point. Reset any disapproval. No stamina recovery. And Nils, you suffer a point of damage for strength, agility, and stamina.
Oh my goodness.
So we got to get this thing out of you quickly.
Sorry, Ridian, you suffer a point of strength, agility, and stamina.
Is this due to the hanging out with the demon?
Yeah, it is absolutely due to the hanging out with the demon. It's a leeching off of your soul.
Certainly.
I mean your mortal body.
So, do I recover spell burn?
No, you do. Well, you can recover 1 point of spell burn if you like, but this is not spell burn damage. This is.
No, I understand, but I'm saying at least I can try to offset that a bit with the spell burn.
With the recovery of 1 point of spell burn somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can. I don't know where you are in terms of your spell burn, but you're going to lose 3 points, 1 from strength, 1 from agility, and 1 from stamina. If you have spell burn in any of those areas, you can choose to lose 2 points in one of those 3 traits.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So our wizard is not going to be doing much spell burning for a while.
Correct.
We're going to have to kind of protect him while he's demified.
I mean, unless it's giving him like super strength or something.
Guys, I'll be right back with you. I just need to clean up my daily time tracker. I'll be right back.
Very good.
I mean, I figure that this is a chaos god trying to, or harboring himself inside Ridian, so there's got to be some strength benefit or something, or maybe an intelligence or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, obviously it's going to be limited because of the mortal coil, but...
Mortal coil. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ethan, are you painting?
Yep.
Niels, you painting?
I'm more converting at the moment. I was going to start doing research for painting.
Got my last row of swordsmen to do.
Nice. It's always fun to get a unit finished.
Yep, 30 swordsmen.
I'm just finishing up the last heroes for the RuneQuest game Selens is supposed to be running at some point. So my last of my Greeks. Unless I can figure out where I packed away my box of plastic Spartans.
Good old classic Greco-Roman wars.
Yeah, ever since Sullins and I met, we've talked about doing ancient Greeks, either Greeks versus Persians or Greeks versus Greeks or something.
Yeah, some Greeks, some Persians would be really cool. You
Yeah.
couldn't reenact 300, obviously, but
Nice.
just because those would be some really overpowered Spartans.
Well, yeah, but it's a narrative, so you're just playing to see how many turns you can hold out, and then you swap sides and play it again.
True.
Yeah, in fact, I've been reading the Mythic Battle starter pack, and it gives you the 2 starter groups and recommends you play it through and then swap sides and play it through again. And I do think that's really clever.
Yeah.
Which set is that?
Mythic Battles.
I don't know it.
That was the one I showed you at the con. It's
Oh, the
Greek gods.
The Greek stuff, right? With the
Yeah.
like the Greek version of Blood Rage or something, right?
Well, it's the same company who did Blood Rage, but it's a very different game.
Yeah, yeah. Have you seen the Japanese samurai one?
I saw was it Feudal Lords or something? I saw the Kickstarter for it. It looked beautiful. No, Shido or I can't remember.
Yeah. I saw it being played at the convention. It was pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah. Samurai is something I've always wanted to have a nice 25mm force.
I just watched The Last Samurai the other day, and now I'm addicted to samurai.
No, have you seen the Seven Samurai or sorry?
Yeah,
Seven Samurai? No, I haven't seen
Watch
that.
the original. Don't watch. Yeah, watch the original.
You need to watch that, Ethan.
That's a great film. Much better than Magnificent Seven, and Magnificent Seven was good.
Yeah, The Last Samurai was really good.
Yeah, despite
That's the one with
Tom
Tom Cruise. Yeah, it was alright.
That's the Tom Cruise one.
Yeah, so despite him being in it, I thought it was enjoyable. But you can't beat Toshiro Mifune. If I can see Toshiro Mifune,
Alrighty. Let's see. Where are we? We are waking up from our camping, right? That's
Yes.
what's happening.
But we had sentries.
Okay, fine. Today is the 9th day of harvest. Today there is a -2 spell check penalty.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you there for a minute. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Mhm.
Can we have the +3 back? I really enjoyed that.
Oh,
I heard +7.
well, you were -3. Yes. Oh no, I'm sorry. You're -3. Look at that. It gets even better.
Oh, Christ, I should have shut up. Hey, you know what?
Kaylee,
It all balances out.
yeah, that's all. The dice don't lie.
And that just offsets my level.
Right. Okay, what are you guys doing? Are you traveling?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
We're traveling.
The demon's got a
and
magic
as-
carpet.
And as we're traveling, if we see some jackalopes, we're going hunting. Because I need food.
Okay. You can travel 3 squares, then we need to make an encounter check.
Okay.
Are you still sticking to the plains here, or what are you doing?
Definitely sticking to the plains.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah, but we want to kind of skirt the woods just for moth riders.
True.
Boy, this is really too bad we don't have one of our own now.
That's about 3 right there.
Mhm,
Thank you.
mhm. I love this new macro with the
Thank you, Dice.
why you guys need to be in a square. Who's driving this train?
There.
Didn't we have a little setup with everybody's character in it somewhere? A little white box? Oh, there it is.
There's that, marching order in the south of the. I think
And that's
we need. Who's missing there? Arcor
our court, Fenton Mud.
and Ridian.
I'm sorry, we're
Oh, we're just looking at the marching order at the south of the table.
Oh, down there. Okay. Sorry.
Let's see.
Should we put Gerda right behind Horatio?
Horatio.
Sorry, Horace. Horatio's dead. Poor little Horatio.
I mean, Horace knows he sometimes looks Spanish, but
Hello.
he is in fact English. We're as close as one can get in this world.
I think I finished another Greek.
I can't believe I ate the whole thing.
I remember those ads.
Okay, let's see here.
Lop, lop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
The other one's around somewhere. Oh, because I haven't put hers down. You can feed her. Sorry, guys. I'm chatting with my daughter here. Let's see what's happening.
Tell her your weird friends say hello.
Yep.
And then
2d6. Somebody's computer is talking to them.
So it sounds like
Right.
Siri.
We are ready. So you guys are come marching south here, traveling back towards, I'm guessing, towards the palace.
Yep.
Retromax is and Rydian have been carrying on this weird conversation.
We're used to that with him now.
Right. And you're not sure if Rydian's just talking to himself or he's talking to Retromax because it's all muttering in under his breath. And,
Basically, I have a mobile phone in my head the whole time.
right. And just as where are you traveling? Closer to the lake, closer to the woods, in the middle?
We're kind of riding that middle line.
That middle line, okay. That mid
So that we can run to the woods if the Moth Riders come, like Peter was saying, but we're not in the woods.
Okay.
I also don't
Okay.
want to stand out from a distance by being in the plains and drawing attention to us. I'd like to try and sneak up as much as possible.
Okay.
Because I'm
I mean,
guessing Retromax doesn't have massive powers for destroying huge armies. We're going to have to do this with a little stealth.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you gotten any like fire or meteors or anything like that?
Well, from the woods to the west of you, 4 deer burst from the woods, like only 10 yards from you. Make a reaction check, a reflex check, DC 12. And let's see who's going to start this party up, right? Horatio, or
Horace.
any one of your characters, or Horace. I guess you just have the one, right?
Yep. Horace is, oh boy, this is a reflex check.
DC 12.
Yeah, we're done today. Not even close. I definitely tripped over my feet.
So, I mean, this scares the effing living bejesus out of you, and
Would you
but
stop
there's more reasons to be terrified because behind those deers coming and running at a dead run, you can see 2 Kith warriors chasing these deer with spears, and they're kind of doing this low howl, like this low guttural yowl, pursuing these deer. And then you hear a high-pitched wail as 10 Moth Riders come bursting over the woods towards you.
Oh, shit.
That worked well.
And they have initiative.
So much for stealth.
So there are 10
I
of
guess
them.
we have to grab some moths, huh?
True, we might be able to do some moth wrangling.
Let's see, there are 5 of you. The first wave of these Moth Riders.
5.5. There's
4.5.
with us.
4.5. Oh,
Well, no, it's 5 because you give.
Retromax is 5.
Well, I mean,
extra
is
one.
Hammy the half? How are we counting this?
Well, I guess we're yeah, because we were at
We're
4
an
and a
even.
half, so now
Yeah, we're
at
an even 5.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Okay, so the first wave of 5 comes winging at you. They're very similar to the moth riders that you encountered at the southern edge of the map that were hunting the unicorns, hunting
Yeah.
the
These are
giant
deer,
white
though,
stallions
so-
with the golden horns.
Yep.
And they come dragging these huge nets, and they are going to cast these at you.
Oh, well, I was going to say, I mean, they're deer. We don't care about them as much as unicorns. But if they're going to attack us.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm just going to work this
Crap.
down the line. Ridian and Arclor, roll high or low, please. The low order character will be take the first attack in this string. Call your low order character, please.
Right. So your Ridian is my low.
Looks like your Ridian is hit with hits AC 20 with one of these nets.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, I don't have anything close to that unless
All right.
Retromax wants to jump in front of me or something.
Retromax is you. What are you talking about? Arcor is hit with AC 12. Horus is hit with AC 18.
Oh, that'll hit.
Peter, roll high or low for your 2 characters.
So as I roll it, was it a D6?
As you like, and just call high or low for the.
Okay.
For the
Girder will be high.
Okay.
It's
Looks
Hammy.
like a Hammy. So he picks up the first one for hits AC 5, and Gerda is hit for AC 13 if possible.
No.
Okay, the 2 of you that were hit, Ridian and Horus, make a reflex check, AC 15, to avoid becoming entangled in these large nets.
Okay, Horrors roll a perfect 20 right now.
There it is. But it's on the side.
Horrors was so scared by the deer, he jumped into the net.
Close.
Close, but no cigar. So you both are entrapped within these nets, and I will tell you how to deal with them next. The next 5 come tilting with their spears at those of you that still remain unentangled.
Oh, good.
Ridian is
savings.
sorry. Retromax is howling with rage. Ridian is howling with rage. Let's see here.
Again, we're used to this sort of behavior.
I was going to say, how's that different?
You're nothing new yet. It just made he look less hairy.
Right. So these are just going to work their way down the line. When we get to after the first 3, we'll randomize the last 2. The first one at Arcor hits armor class 6. The next one at let's see, that would be Hammy, hits armor class 8, then armor class 11 for Gerda. Then there's 2 randomizations. So you guys, there are 3 guys up. So that's a D3 at you. That's 6. That's Gerda. So next in the roll is Gerda, and she's hit AC 15.
Close.
And then the final is Arcor for AC 13.
I'm sorry, what was it?
AC 13 versus Arcor.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And then 2 more of the Kith hunters come running out of the woods, charging at you with their spears. Actually, they don't come charging out of the woods. They stand at the edge of the woods and they throw their spears at you.
Well, this is better than them using their spears, because it means they have to retrieve them.
We pick them up, throw them back.
or
Now,
just
What are we
Draw
supposed
your
to use?
shield.
Harsh language? All right, let's see. The first one's going to attack 2. That'd be Hammy. Hammy is hit for AC 5. And then the second one is thrown at
You can say it went over his head.
Arcor. It's sailed right over his head, hits AC 14.
I'm sorry, hits what?
AC 14?
No.
Okay. Your guys' actions.
well, Horace would like to try and cut this net off.
Okay. It's a. How are you going to? Are you? Tell me how you're cutting the net off. I just want to know which, how to set the check.
So he's got his long sword,
Mhm.
which is pretty sharp because he likes to sharpen it.
Mhm.
So he's gonna take it, and I assume this net's got like balls or weights on it to keep it like.
It's just
Around.
really big, and I mean it's heavy. And remember, it's like made out of hair, like human hair,
Okay.
but it's jet black.
So he's basically gonna take his sword and just try and do almost like an arc cut straight up to the almost towards what's right above him, which should have like the most tension and resistance to his blade, so we can actually get a good cut through it.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check, DC 12.
Can I throw my mighty deed into this?
Damn well better.
No.
Okay.
So you can't rip it like the Hulk.
He does it anyway.
Well, because he is the Hulk. Hang on, I gotta check something here.
Uh-oh. Somebody went underwater.
Wasn't me. Not yet.
I'm looking forward to Nils' sleep spell taking care of a lot of these guys.
Sorry, what are the rest of you doing?
Okay, well, I'm going to have to do some firing because I got a crossbow out and a bow out.
Okay, you want to shoot at the moth riders that are whirling around?
Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. And then
Or you want to shoot at there's 2 on the ground also.
I think we'll deal with them in a minute. I want to fire at the ones in the air first.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack rolls.
So Hammy first with a +1. Nah. And then Gerda with a, ooh, she has a +2. I keep forgetting. Handy girl to have around. Ooh.
That's a hit. Roll to see if you hit the moth or the. Oh, I'll roll.
Yeah, you're the GM.
You hit the moth.
Nice.
Go ahead. Gosh, I'm going to have to track all this again. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That's a D6, I believe. Yep. 6.
Oh, shit. I forgot to do that macro for the GM roll.
Gerda.
Okay, let's see. These are moths. There are 10 of them.
And they're carnivorous.
Yeah,
This one, let's see. They are.
doesn't fill me with, put me in a happy place.
And you did 6, huh, Peter?
Yes, I did.
Right. Yeah, it wings this one badly. I mean, the arrow just sticks into the abdomen of this moth. It hardly slows down, and it keeps on trucking.
I believe it's up to Nils now.
Who else?
Okay, sorry, I've been playing with all my new information. So I'm assuming that being entrapped by this net, I can't cast any spells currently.
It will affect your casting roll.
Right, which is already the -3, right?
It is.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to try to get out. I have my long sword, and I will not come up with any fancy ways to do this.
It's probably best.
Right. My brain is.
I mean, tell me how you're trying to use it so I can set the check correctly.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Is I'm going to pull the sword out. It's a long sword. It's going to be pretty unwieldy. So I'm going to try to. Let's see. Actually, just a second. Sorry. Let me see here. Too bad I don't have that two-handed sword anymore since I.
You can saw at it. You can hack at it. You can try to lift it and get out from under it. There are a number of ways to approach it.
Right.
I want to.
Actually, yeah. I'm just going to try. I'm not going to worry about my sword. That's just too big. I'm going to try to lift it and pull my arms out through any holes and legs that have been where they've been stuck through, and then kind of lay flat on the ground and use my on my stomach, and then use my hands to lift it up in front of me and crawl forward.
Okay. Make an agility check, DC 12.
By making a reflex check.
Agility check, DC 12. Not reflex, agility. Oh, that looks good. So you do manage to sort of kind of escape yourself from this from this thing. Who's next?
Ericor will. So we've got some number flying. Most of them are flying.
Two
right?
are on the ground. 10 are flying about you. One moth has been wounded by an arrow from Gerda.
Right. How far away are the guys that are on the ground?
They're about 15 yards away from you. They're sort of at the edge of the trees where they threw their spears.
Okay. Ericor will use his bow to shoot one of the guys on the ground.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll. Ooh, fumble. Go ahead and roll in your fumble table. Oh, it rolled it for you. 8 on fumble table. What is your fumble table, Arcor?
Oh, I guess I don't have it listed. Let me check real quick.
It depends on your armor usually.
Oh, does it? Okay. I thought it was that's your critical table. It's depending on armor is one banded, but it's
your mithril. So I'll give you one step better. So your fumble table for that elven mithril banded is D12.
Oh, okay.
And then you apply any luck penalties against this fumble check. Penalties are bonuses.
Right, but I guess I'm not understanding. I already rolled an 8.
Oh, you rolled an 8. Pardon me. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I forgot everything from you comes all together.
Right.
And it looks like it did add your. Let's see.
It was a D16 is my
fumble. It did add your. It did do your armor correctly because it maybe your armor is reflected as a D16. We'll just use it that way.
Yeah, just take it as an 8.
You're an 8.
Sure.
I guess you must have a luck modifier.
Yes.
That's the critical. Here's the fumble. So you go to draw your bow and it breaks.
Oh, okay.
Cleanly in the middle. It's like it just sort of folds in on itself.
Ah, crap.
It's collapsible bow. It meant to do that, right?
Yeah, because you're green arrow.
It's a takedown recurve.
That's right.
It just wasn't so controlled of a takedown this time.
It's a one shot
from the net. Arcor's ruined his bow
But
Ollie
he's out.
is free, just freed himself, and Hammy and Gerda have shot their missile weapons, correct?
Correct.
All right. It's initiative. Anybody casting a spell?
Yes.
I have so many to choose from.
Oh man.
Oh no. Do I cast kill everything or
Or maim everything.
There you go. Hold on a second. I was just about getting to my last new spell, so let me just check that really quick.
if you have a teleport everyone out of here spell, that would be
Well, you're
fantastic.
casting a spell regardless, right, Nils?
Yeah. Okay, good point.
Is
Arcor
just
will not
Ridian
cast.
casting a spell? Is
No,
Arcor
Nils and Bird are
cast?
both casting.
Ridian and Gerda are casting.
Yeah, Arcor is at a -6 at this point, so no.
Woo.
Okay.
Horus has no use for that magic hoo-hickey.
All right. Go ahead and roll your initiative and beat a.
Yikes.
Anyone?
Okay. Oh.
Oh, I'll burn a luck.
Hang on. Let me see if I have any agility.
Gotta
loss.
burn 2.
How to be able to beat it?
Hmm. What
No
are you
agility
searching for,
mod.
Ethan? Oh.
The one.
I was looking for an initiative mod. I don't have one. Oh well.
Oh, the warrior doesn't get an initiative mod?
No. He gets mods to his reflex, but he doesn't get mods to his initiative.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Crap, I guess we're
Are you going to burn 2? Are you going to burn 2 points of luck there, Hammy, or are you going to let it ride?
Well, burn 1 point of luck, it'll give him 2 points to that, right?
Yeah, but you got to beat a 16. You could go simultaneous if you
Oh.
like, and we could, and that would just be a total cluster. But
I don't think it's worth burning 2 points.
No, let's hold on to the luck, and we're going to react and kick their asses.
You bet, because
Okay.
I got my sword out like Spartacus.
okay. The two kith that are on the ground come skittering forward, and they're like almost like hopping. But you realize that they're not actually moving their legs, but they're just first they were here and then they were there, and now they're grabbing their spears, and now they're like back at the woods. It like took like it was like these 3 hurdy-gurdy jerks as
No.
they
Almost like they
recover their
teleported?
yeah,
Good
as
lord,
they
these
recover their
suckers can
spears
teleport?
and are back at the edge of the woods.
Frack.
The 5 that cast their nets previously swoop down and recover them off the ground in this like great fluttering cacophony of moth wings. And as those 5 are recovering, the other 5 cast their nets again. So let's see. That's
So I'm sorry. Did oh, that's right. We didn't burn a. We didn't
No,
burn
we
a
did
lot.
not.
Right?
you guys
Okay.
decided to. Oops! You guys decided to let it ride.
You
Let's
bet.
see here. 5D. 20. So probably 1 in there. Let's see where we're going to start this mess. There are 5 of you. We will start at 3, which is Horus.
I
We're going
am
to keep
Sparta.
the same high-low character orders for those of you running multiple PCs.
Yep.
Horus, you're hit at AC 5.
Psych, I
Hammy.
sliced through that sucker.
Hammy is hit at AC 20.
Ouch.
Gerda is hit at AC 14. I think Ridian was your lord. Is that right, Nils?
Yes.
Ridian's hit at AC 10.
Misses.
Arcor is hit at AC 16.
Misses.
Hammy's in the neck, right?
Hammy is in the net.
That's what hit me. Okay.
Hammy, you can make a reflex check to avoid becoming entangled within it.
I will do that.
DC 15 reflex check. Reflex save.
So, Aaron, what is this new macro that you're using? I mean, this 50 and D5 3.
Oh, yeah.
Nice save. So the net comes sailing at Hammy, and he sort of twists to the side, and it falls over him through one of the holes, and he just steps across.
That's right, it does.
Sorry, Nils, I missed your question.
So I see you seem to be using a new macro. I see that there's like in a gray bar, there's 50 and then D5. What is?
Well, that 50, if you mouse over it, it's the 5D20 that I rolled, and then that's results from the 5D20.
Okay.
The D5 is the and so now when I roll a non-polyhedral, something gets thrown to the table, but the result gets posted to the chat window, the chat frame. Okay. So a D16 now looks like this instead of being nothing on the table.
I like hearing the rattling and seeing something go across.
Yep. Lets me know to pay attention.
Something's happening. Okay, it's your guys' turn.
All right, Nils, you want to cast one of your new spells?
No. I'm going to cast an old spell. I'm not casting a new spell. The new spells are like, kill me.
We all got our thing.
Necromantic, and they're like, two clerical spells too. All right.
What are you guys casting?
I am casting.
Or what are you guys doing if the casters can't decide? I don't. You guys have actions to take as heroes. The kith are done.
All right. Nice.
Sleep for 20.
Schlafen.
Yeah, that's with a -3.
Waves of blue light. That's with a -3, eh?
Yeah, I was really worried, but I'm so weak as it is, I didn't want to spell burn.
Yeah, no spell burning for you.
Yeah. So I'm getting to it. 20. Oh, so I'm sorry. I should have said I'm focusing. If I can, I'm going to focus on the moths.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or if not,
that's how you do it.
In the air and not on the ground.
Okay.
20. Up to 4 targets must fail, save or fail to fall into sleep for D6 hours.
Okay. So 4 targets?
Yeah. They'll have to beat a 20.
Plummet to the ground.
Oh, so close. They have no will save modifier for those moths. So yes, they're fluttering about madly, and then suddenly they stop moving, and they come crashing down towards the earth. Let's see which ones were affected. The first one.
So I get 4.
I got you.
Okay.
The fourth one. The 8th one. And the 3rd one. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be these 3, 4. The first one is the important one. 1, 2, 3. Let's see how high they were. Roll 4D3. Oops. 1, 2, 1, 1. So most of them were close to the ground, so that then when they fall, they don't take any damage.
Oh, damn it.
Nor do the riders. They just sort of leap off the backs of the moths. How long are these guys slept for?
Like hours.
Okay. As long as you don't
D6 hours.
mess with them.
Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. I should have gone after the riders.
No, it's okay.
Nils, roll a D4 for me, please.
You were thinking there's no will save. I would have done the same thing.
But one is at 20 feet, so it's going to take a D6 of damage as it comes crashing to the earth. And the rider is also going to take a D6 of damage as it comes crashing to the earth. And those guys have that. GM roll. Right, and that was this one. Got 5. Okay. Okay. And then the rest of you guys can take your actions.
Gerda's
Well, now that some of
casting-
these, oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Gerda's a new word of command to see if we can
Drive them off again.
yeah, drive off some of them at least with flee again, because that seems to work.
Mm-hmm.
They have fleas.
Yeah, 19. That's with the -3, by the way.
Oh, this one is slept. Or how many does that affect? Oh, no, this one is... Oh, they're all 4 are slept, yeah. Let's see, why Gerda is looking up the spell effect. Ethan, do you want to take an action?
Well, now that some boys are grounded for Horace to get to use his sword arm, it's going to go ahead and charge the closest one.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack. Any mighty deed?
Not specifically.
Are
he's
you
just-
are you charging? So let's see. There are 4 on the ground that are healthy and hale. There's one that took a bad fall from an altitude, and he's limping a little bit as he sort of gets up.
We'll go for the limping one.
All right.
And would their fall have disadvantaged them enough to give us benefit?
A modifier to the attack. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
no.
Oh,
No, these guys are pretty agile, right? Do you realize?
true, especially if they can teleport.
All right. Oh, goodness. That's not going to do anything.
All right. Who's next? Oh, Gerda, did you get an effect for your word of command?
Yeah, so one of them within 30 feet fails its save. It must obey the command for, and I rolled a 1, so that's 4 rounds.
4 rounds. Which one do you want to drive? Is it a moth or a rider? Who are you driving away?
Well, one of them in the sky.
Okay. And is it? I guess you're commanding the kith itself, right?
Well, actually, I'll command the moths because I can speak with animals, and again, they don't have the willpower save, the willpower bonus.
Okay. So let's see. Your spell check looked like it was a 19.
Yes, it was. Oh, fuck me.
You know, it wavers and flies around, but to no effect.
Oh, what a great moth. I hope that one lives so we can ride it.
I don't know. It might resist our attempts to control it.
Who is next?
How tall is the grass and underbrush around here?
It's sort of like shin height for a man, so knee height for Hammy.
All right, so it wouldn't be easy for Hammy to sort of slip up around those 2 kith guys with the spears.
You could try to dash. You could make a dash for the woods, and then you'd be in cover there, and you could sneak around in the woods.
And I think I'll stick with my friends and take a shot at them with my crossbow.
Okay.
They're not easy to hit, I'm telling you.
No, it thumps into a tree.
Okay. Arcor will draw his spear, his normal fighting spear, and attack one of the healthy guys that just recently fell on the ground.
All right, make your attack. That looks like a hit for 8 points of damage. That's a killing blow. What happens?
He's able to run up fast enough and just catch the guy underneath the chin as the other guy was starting to lunge forward for an attack and just like rip his head off.
Okay.
Nice.
Clean through.
Is that's the round, it looks like, isn't it?
I'm afraid
Yep.
it is. Not as well as we would have hoped, but, you know, we'll make up for it.
Anyone casting a spell?
No.
Let me see.
Oh wait, yes I am.
Summon animals, please.
No, I don't have that one. I'd like to have that one to summon and talk to them. That'd be nice.
Because we could really use an army of animals right about now.
Oh, I know. I'm loving that idea.
See if we can't find that black stag and his unicorns.
Yes, Radiant is casting.
Oh man, I can't roll that high.
All right, Radiant's casting is. Let's see. Anybody else casting?
Yes, Gerda is.
Let's see. 5, 7, 8, and 10. 5, 7, 8. 10. Gerda and Radiant are casting. Anyone else?
Yes.
Arcor?
No.
Beat an initiative of 18.
Oh my goodness.
Fine. Wait, do I have
Nope.
All right.
what gives you a bonus to your
Agility.
Ah, cool. Well, good to know.
Yep.
Okay, there are 2 with nets in the air. They fling them at you. You guys are all active, so that's 5 of you. The first one goes at Gerda and hits AC. Not enough. The second one goes at
If one throws one at me, is there a chance that the guy I'm fighting gets caught?
2.
That would
Arcor.
Oh.
Let's see, Arcor.
That's what I'm rooting for.
For AC 12, not enough.
Nope.
2 of the kith that are on the ground snatch up one of the nets that's on and come charging at. Oh,
Probably Horus. It's just his luck.
Horus.
Look at that.
It's nothing personal. It's business. You're the
Oh,
biggest.
and they
spread
hit
out.
AC 18. Whew. They wrap him up.
Did I get the guy I'm fighting?
Let's see. He needs to
Call
make a
Gladiator
reflex
on this.
save himself to get out of the way. Yes, he does get out of the way.
Jeez.
Horus, make a reflex save, DC 15.
Roll a
Your
nice.
kith,
Nat-
your
nat
kith
20.
opponent did.
No, I have to roll a natural 20.
Let's see it happen.
Yeah, I know you can. You do it right now.
Nope.
The warrior gets wrapped up in this net, and the 2 kith pull it tight, pinning your arms to your sides. Your longsword feebly grasped in your fingers. All right, let's see. That was 2 of them on the ground. There are 2 more on the ground. They see the success of their companion and they dash for another net.
You hear a string of violent
Let's see,
language.
There's not. Let's see. No, there are 2 on the ground. There are 4 on the ground that are living. Oh, and the ones in the trees. They dash at 4, 2, 3. Oh, there's only 4 of you active, so I guess I should roll a d4. They dash at Gerda, and they hit AC 17.
Close.
Oh, I'm
There
going
you
to burn a point of luck.
You don't get to burn
right?
luck.
I know. that's your AC, right? 17.
I have an AT 18.
Okay, yeah, just pretty darn close. And
But I'm
then
looking for a
the
shield
2
to
from
raise it.
the 2 from the edge of the trees are emboldened to follow the lead of the other fellows, and they attack Hammy.
Nice.
Oh, but they fumble.
Yeah.
accidentally freeing Horus in the process.
So they fall prone. They like get tangled up in each other as they go to grab the net. Like, they pick it up together, but they both move the opposite direction and then come crashing down in sort of a tangle of arms and legs. And let's see, they need to see if they can prevent from being entangled. Yes, one's fine. But the other becomes entangled himself. All right. Let's see. There were 2 in the air. Oh, and then there's 3 in the air. Let's see. They go the 3 in the air. No, shit. This is hard to track. This one picks up a net. No net. Picks up a net. Picks up a net. Picks up a net. All right, I think I'm done. I think I've done enough damage for this turn. Actually, there are 4 dive down to pick up a net. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely what happens.
Okay.
Oh, right. It is your turn, guys.
Ridian, you want to cast?
Yes. Second.
I will be right back now that my character is stuck.
All right.
I will cast Sleep again.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing for the buck to take people out. And this time I'm going to focus on guys on the ground.
The warriors on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shoot, I didn't do a -3 on that one. So it's actually an 18.
All right. That's probably successful. Sounds successful. How many do you affect with these waves of blue light?
50.
50 guys.
No, only 40. 3 targets, saves, a D4 hours.
How many targets?
3.
Let's see. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, my wife is home. Hang on. I'll be right back with you guys. She just came back from...
She's been out of town.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. So it's not like she just got back from work or anything boring. Yeoman Rand looks so much better in red. Okay, I think I'm going to forego casting and I'm going to just hack these guys.
All right. Horus knows what he's going to do when he gets a chance.
Well, if I can move towards you, I'm going to try and get you free.
Oh, I have an idea.
Very good. You're going to burst your buttons or rip it, right?
No. If my arm is pinned, that's not going to happen. I got something else in mind.
Okay.
But yes, I would appreciate some help. Because right now I'm almost completely incapacitated.
That's what I should have done, is focus on the ones holding Horus.
It's okay. As I said, I have an idea.
Yeah, but we know what Horus's ideas are like. Like Baldric.
Do you have a cunning plan?
Yes.
Is it so cunning you put a tail on it and call it a weasel? That's a wonderful show.
I have a feeling this one fight is all we're going to do tonight.
Yeah.
Let's hope it doesn't kick our asses. Well, I'm worried we're supposed to get captured.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that.
We'll fight them on the beaches. Yeoman Rand is almost finished.
Well, I've almost finished repairing my wavering markers that I just finished that I already have to fix.
What did you break?
I used some plastic axes as some of the weapons sticking out, and the handles are really flimsy. And so it was just in moving them around while I was spray sealing them, they already broke. So I just drilled a few holes and added in some like brass rod to
arrows.
Make them
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm back with you. Nils, you had cast a spell which had affected 4 of them, right?
3.
3.
I cast it for 3 for another 1 hour.
Oh, an hour. Okay, so duration of the combat for sure.
Yeah. And you're casting at the ones holding Horus.
Casting them at the ones on the ground.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the ones that were on the ground.
All right, let's see. The ones that are sort of kind of mailing around with you guys, not the ones that, well, let's see, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them that are mailing with you.
I say zap the ones that are, yeah, go to the ones that have a horse.
2 have Horus, one Ericor's fighting, 1
Yeah, so let's see. 3 of them fall asleep. 4 is not asleep. Yeah, so these guys are asleep. There's still 1. Yeah, there's still 3 of them awake on the ground. 5 of them awake in the air, or 6 of them awake in the air, and one of those guys on the ground is entangled in its own net.
Okay.
Are the guys holding me still awake?
Yeah, you're kind of pinned down now. You can try to make your break free somehow, but let me know how you're trying to do it, and I will tell you.
I know how I'm going to try and do it.
Okay, tell me how.
Okay, so these guys are like kind of like twisting the net and holding like my arms pinned, right?
Yeah, they're sort of got it pulled on opposite sides of you, on opposite sides on the north and south side of the net, right? So you're sort of like fish netted up in there. Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, because my arms are pinned, but with my legs, I'm going to start rocking my body back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to throw all of my weight towards one of them to try and use their own force and pull against them to knock one of them down and try and tangle them up as well.
All right. Make an agility check, DC 14.
I throw my mighty deed into this.
Mighty deed for this because that was awesome.
Okay. Jeez, I can't do anything today.
Well, your arms are tied. I suggest you change your dice color. If I remember
think that's
that.
an 11, right?
Not even funny.
No, it comes out to a 6.
No, it's an agility. It's not a. You don't. That's only for the reflex saves that you need to apply your penalty. And I guess maybe if you're trying to do some, but this is just straight agility. You could no penalty. I should have said no armor penalty.
Oh, okay.
It's still an 11. The deed does go off, and they start to waver a little bit in terms of. You know, they're kind of knocked off balance as well, and you can feel the net slipping.
Okay. So if I keep pressing, maybe.
I like that you did change your dice color. Okay. Who's next?
I haven't rolled good in 3 sessions.
Oh, no.
A Hammy's pulling short swords, and he's going after the guy in front of him.
That's right, because they came charging at Hammy, and one of them's down on the ground, but the other one's still there, sort of holding half of the net.
Yeah, as he's coming up out of the net, I'm going to slice his throat a couple of times.
All right, make your attack. That's a 15. That looks like a hit. And that's a 12. That looks like a
I don't have any
miss.
on the
That's a miss, but barely. So go ahead and roll your damage. You're fighting one of the guys that's awake. That charged you from the woods.
Not by choice.
Okay.
It's a D6, right? Short sword.
Uh-huh.
Let me write that down so I can quit asking every time.
That's killing blow. What happens?
Oh, I slice his throat as he comes up. He looks up and just twists.
Yeah, he's like getting up out of the net, and you just butcher him right there. Okay.
Yeah, with that evil grin on his face, like he's going to do something. Yeah, you're going to bleed. That's what you're going to do. And Gerda has at least one of them in front of her, I believe.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack, Gerda.
That'll be her.
This is the last awake one. On the ground that's not entangled.
You have a +2. That's a 16.
Okay, that's a hit. Let's see. Roll your damage. That's a killing blow. What happens?
Oh, she catches him right in the shoulder, and it pierces the artery, and he just bleeds out right there.
Okay.
I bet none of these guys had shields to pick up.
Ericor was fighting one. And so I'm not sure. I guess his opponent's asleep now, or
he's dead. Gerda just killed him for you.
Oh, okay.
There's one that's still alive that's on. Wait, where are the ones that have Ethan entangled?
I keep forgetting that we get a +2 to thing. I have a +2 to my attacks at this level, so I need to keep I got to add that to my die.
Yeah, or are you rolling from your character sheet or just from your? You can write yourself a macro and label it attack, and then 1d10 +2, and then you can just do that, or you can just remember.
I'm just looking at the paper character sheet.
Okay. Yeah, just write it. What I usually do is write it beside my weapon. So it reads longsword +2, parenthetical 1d8 for damage.
Good idea. That's a nice way of doing it.
Like this.
A little something like this. Yes, very good. And it's only on your main weapon, right? It's not on everything you do.
Correct. Well, it's on any attack that you make, because you get that attack modifier at that level. All right, where I think we're back to me, right?
No, Ericor's not done anything yet.
Oh, Ericor's not done anything yet. So remember, Horus was tangled up in the net, but everybody that the dust settles as the melee kind of dies down and we get ready for a new round. The kith that we're holding either edge of that net are either sleeping or bleeding to death.
On Ericor?
So he's just tangled up in the net, but he's not.
Okay. What about the two that were jumping around the edge of the forest? Did they come in and
They came running in and they tried to sweep up Hamley, and then they fumbled, and one of them got knocked down prone and tangled up in the net. He's still alive.
Okay. So I will go attack him.
Okay, you're going to stab him to death. You can roll a d30 in your attack because he's prone.
Whoa!
He's prone and entangled. It's like fish in a barrel.
Nice. They have
theoretically.
Like kissing in there.
But you still need stab the dirt with your spear, right?
Well, hold on. What is there? Because he gets a +3, so it actually is a 12.
It's still a miss. Their AC.
Okay.
I'm disappointed in you.
Don't worry, you're not the only one.
All right. Is anybody casting a spell? This is for all the marbles.
Yes, Ridian will cast again.
Anyone else casting?
I don't see that I have anything that's going to do.
Okay, beat a 6.
Well, I have a +2. Let me try this.
Go for it. Oh, yeah.
All right, we're first. All right, Ridian.
Do your thing.
Okay, I'm just checking to see. Fortunately, yeah, okay. I'm going to go with sleep again. And
right.
at this point, I'm going to focus on anybody else that's left in the sky.
There are, let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the sky.
Hmm.
16. 2 targets. This
And
time I'm going for the riders.
the riders, all right? They will have a save. And it's a will, correct?
Yeah.
And you were base 16 with all the
Yep.
penalties and mods and everything.
Yep.
Oops, that's the wrong die.
Wrong hat.
That one passes. That
Oh
one
my
passes.
goodness.
I hate these guys.
Where that
These
was
guys
that
haven't rolled
just
like
2,
blows.
right? 2 affected. So
Yeah.
who's next?
I think that Aaron needs to change his die color.
I second the motion.
Well, Ericor will try for the guy on the ground again, since he doesn't have any missile weapons left.
You could throw your spear.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Right into the lake. Damn it.
There we go.
That's a hit. You do 4 points of damage. This guy hasn't taken any damage. Killing blow. What happens?
Ericor this time, just to make sure, like, as he starts to stab, he actually jumps up above the guy and stabs straight down and, like, goes down to his knee when he does it. So he goes, "Whoa!"
Okay. Twisting rocking the spear back and forth. Okay, who's next? Harcourt and Ridian down. Horace is entangled in the net.
Yeah.
Hammy and Gerda are still up.
And they both have bows. Well, a crossbow and a bow.
Mm-hmm.
So we're taking shots.
Okay.
Gerda. Now, does the attack +2 to the attack also count for range?
It does. Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. So that's a 16.
Hit. You hit the moth. Thunk. And you do 3 points of damage. Let's see here.
And Hammy with a crossbow gets a 13.
Let's see. Let's see. Which one did you hit? There's 6 of them. I rolled a d6 earlier, I think. No. You hit which armor class, Peter? 15? That's a hit also.
Excellent. So 2 points.
How much did you do to the first one?
3.
Okay, I didn't go up twice. Yeah. That one goes right through the hits the eye of the. It's a killing blow for the moth. What happens?
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Let's see
definitely
how
hits it
high
right
it
in the
is.
eye.
Oh, and it's pretty high. It's like at the top of its altitude. You timed it just right. It comes plummeting to the earth, and the rider takes 2d6 points of damage.
Woo!
6. 8. It's another killing blow. We got 2 with 1 stone. Tell me what happens.
Oh, head first, sound like a melon hitting the pavement. Oh.
All right, that's another one dead.
Hammy, way to go, little guy.
All right, Horace, you're up,
Okay, so
so to speak.
he was throwing those guys a little off balance with his attempt last time.
Right, and the net's loosened up some. So now
One of them's asleep and one's bleeding.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Tell me what you're doing.
Well, if he can, Horace is gonna get now that it's a little loose, and he's gonna get his arm free and shank one of these guys through the net.
Oh, everybody! There are no standing foes about you. Well, there are fluttering foes about you. So you're going to try to make an attack against one of these fluttering foes.
Wait, so both of the guys holding the net are incapacitated currently?
Yeah. So when the dust of the melee cleared at the end of last round, looking around, from your pin position, sort of sidelong out of your eyes, you see that all the kith that were on the ground on foot are either dead or sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Which translates to soon to be dead.
My first order of business will be to get this stupid net off me.
Okay, how are you going to do that?
I had some success ripping through it last time, so we're going to do it again.
All right, make a strength check, DC 12.
Can I throw my bead into this guy?
No, because you didn't tell me you're doing anything cool.
DCC, it's all about
12.
Make a luck check.
Oh no.
Actually, you don't need to make a luck check. You come kind of worming your way out of like this cocoon of this net, kind of spitting black kith hair as you free yourself.
Yeah, it doesn't taste so good.
A little salty. All right. It's my turn. The rest of the fluttering moths flutter off into the out over the lake.
They fear us, don't they?
Run, runner.
That or they're calling for reinforcements.
Yeah,
it's probably 80 feet off over the lake. All right, well done. What are you doing? Let's see.
Did any of us actually take any damage?
Nope.
I did not.
I tried. Don't blame me.
Oh, God.
I think we just kept getting tangled in nets.
Were there any helmets or shields?
No, these guys have kind of like leather harnesses and these long hunting spears, these long light hunting spears.
Okay, well, I think first order of business is to remove any weapons from the hands of these sleeping folks and then finish them off.
You mean murder them?
Yes.
Yes. I heard. I heard
no lawful
that,
cleric
right?
here, so okay.
Yeah. That didn't come from Horace's mouth. Nope.
Andy said it.
All right. You dispatch the slumbering kith, and there's just, it's carnage all about you.
We're gonna throw the bodies in the lake if we have time.
You throw the bodies in the lake, okay?
Yep.
Oh, did any of them have edible food?
Make a luck check, Ridian.
That's a good point.
Well, actually, Ericor thought of that. So
or Ericor. It doesn't look good. No, they had no food.
Okay.
Well, I suggest we keep moving and making our way towards the palace.
Yep.
All right. You can travel 2 squares. I have another encounter check.
Oh, geez, not another one.
If this is more moths, I'm gonna cry.
All right. So where did you get to? You moved 2 squares and you got to there?
Yep.
That was 3 squares for an encounter check.
Because we had a fight.
You had a fight, and then you were screwing around with the bodies and stuff like that.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
No evidence.
Let's see. So you kind of crest this this low rise and come down towards the lake. You're sort of hugging the lake shore as you go, and down bathing in the water's edge, there are 4 maidens with stark black hair.
Oh man.
Kith maidens?
Yes, they are Kith, and they see you coming, and they rise up out of the water, and one of them holds up her hand and says, "Ho, warriors."
They were bathing, so Horace is kind of like looking up, trying really hard not to stare at this. But finding himself very much drawn to what he's intentionally trying not to look at.
The remaining 3 spread their hands like down at the below their waist and sort of slightly extended from their sides, showing that they're clearly unarmed. And they say, "We will bring you to the palace."
Oh, okay.
Follow us. And they turn and they start that weird shifting from like point to point, but this time it's not quite as it's not quite as they're not moving with such gusto or vigor, right? It's almost like this stutter step. And the one that called out to you before turns and glances over her shoulder, and she says, "Are you coming,
Horace begins
Priestess of
making
Ildevar?
Well, let's go, guys. That's what we're here anyway.
Sorcerer of Chaos, Knight of the Realm."
Yeah, what? Yep, I'm coming.
And you too, little boy.
Oh, I have a mustache!
Horace is just holding Hammy by his hair, preventing him from going and doing something we all were doing.
Hammy, just calm down, man.
You can be feisty later.
So yes, we follow.
Okay.
Definitely following.
Fighting our way all the way there.
So as you're following them down past the lake shore's edge, let's see, down past the lake shore's edge, all 4 of them start kind of singing. And it's not loud, and but it's also not unpleasant. It's just sort of like this background sort of soundtrack almost, I guess is maybe the best word for it. Let's see, you travel I'm going to move you because I need to just figure out how long this is going to take. It's 1, 2, 6. They get to about here. You all get to about here. That's 9 hours. During this time, they engage you in conversation. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And by this time, it's 8 p.m. by your reckoning.
Okay.
So you've had these 9 hours of travel with these maidens as they lead you out from the lake and across this river, through this glen of woods, and then off to the southeast. You can see that great rise, and then the little hillocks all about them. Is there anything particular you want to talk with these maids about?
Ask if they serve the lady or the princess lady we're looking for.
Alareth, of course,
Alareth.
she is our mistress.
What can you tell us about her?
She is a hard and cold master, fair and just, and mighty in her vengeance.
Does she have a lot of warriors guarding her palace?
Many. You have slain a few of her hunters, and she rages at this impertinence.
Is she likely to kill us if we walk in the front door?
Who can say? For her rage and mercy knows no bounds.
Do you know a back way into the palace, being maidens of the court and all?
And why would we serve you, Knight of the Realm?
You.
Make a personality check. Cute Knight of the Realm.
Oh my
Not
goodness.
that cute. He's stinky and bloody. I mean, that maybe he's not, and that's what's not attracted to them.
So they don't seem to know. They haven't mentioned the demon with us. That's good.
No, they haven't. Nils,
Yes.
Gideon. Yes. Retromax, at any time at both of these encounters that you've had with the Kith, he's gone like coldly silent.
Yep, he's waiting for the right moment.
Mm-hmm.
So, what lies under that huge hill right there?
That is a fallen monument to our warriors and our ladies' armies.
I see. What do they fall against? You don't seem to have any enemies in this valley.
Our enemy lies beyond the wall. It's been some time since we last sortied there in an effort to slay him. But our warriors are weakened when they pass beneath the wall, and they arrive exhausted. And they're easy prey for Bafat Kor's minions. And when they say that, one of them spits.
Horse.
Horace will ask if these maidens can get them an audience with the princess.
Absolutely, we will deliver you to our mistress.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a good thing either.
Well, I'm just thinking if we can get to her before we get disarmed, we have less guards to go through to get to her.
Well, I agree. I also don't think we should tell her anything about having already met the dragon.
Oh, no, I don't think so at all. I mean, the other option is we might be able to convince her to send her army or what remains of her palace guard to assist us in defeating the dragon.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to help Kith.
Well, I mean,
Bad
it's
idea.
going to result in the death of quite a few Kith if we play our cards right. But regardless, yeah.
So
Horace
let's
will
see.
just-
It's probably another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours until you arrive at the palace. It's 8 p.m. now.
I think we need to camp.
2, 3, 4. That would put you after midnight in terms of. So, do you want to camp?
Yes.
Yeah, well, let's ask the maidens if they'll let us camp for the night, and then you continue to lead us in the morning.
Oh, mortal man of the realm,
Yeah, we need to camp and we need to eat. Can you help with that?
your flesh is weak. And as you guys start setting up camp, they like filter off into the twilight.
Oh, darn.
Oh, they'll be back with some dead thing for us to cook, I bet.
All right, camping. Anything special you want to do before we run
Well,
the camp checklist?
We'd like to pick something if we can.
Are there any jackalopes around?
Sure, you could. Who's hunting?
Horse.
Gerda and Hammy will help too, because Hammy's hungry.
Okay. Everybody that's hunting can make a luck check.
Oh, fun. Not even close. Horace can't roll today. He hasn't done anything good.
Wait, hold on.
He rolls low when he needs to roll high, and he rolls high when he needs to roll low.
Nope. Hammy made it, Gerda didn't.
Okay, Hammy is able to bring down some jackalopes. Let's see how many he gets. Make a roll a d3.
Ooh, that's a funky die. Three.
Two.
I just saw the 6 come up.
Right. Right. It's not. That's the only drawback that for that macro is that I always then have to go. Oh, it's not that result. And go look at the chat window. So you do bring down 2. They're both worth a d3 worth of ration points.
See if we have enough to feed people tonight.
1.
So we have 4.
4 points of rations,
Excellent.
which you can add to your character sheets, or simply consume 1 point of rations this evening to feed the party.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and burn one of mine, and then we'll use the other 4 for the party.
Okay. Let's see. So that's eating the food. Recover a point of luck for the thieves and halflings. Let's see, Nils, there's no spell burn recovery for you, but you do lose another point. Oh, sorry, there is a point of spell burn recovery. Do you have any spell burn still open?
Oh, yeah. I was pretty far down.
Okay, so you can recover 1 point of spell burn, but then you take 3 points, 1 point each to strength, agility, and stamina.
Right.
Oh, boy.
1 hit point recovery, disapproval reset, and no stamina recovery. And correct. Okay, I think that's everything.
So I want to talk to Retromax while they're gone. So I'm curious. I want to find out why he was so quiet during the interactions with the Kith.
The time is not right for me to reveal myself to those foul beasts.
And what are your plans when we get to the castle?
Plans? Are you some kind of fool, Rydian?
I'm sorry, what did he say?
He says, plans. Are you a fool, Rydian? What Lord of Chaos has plans?
Yeah, good point. Okay. Okay. I have a feeling we need to be asking more questions, but I'm not coming up with any yet.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, you'll be able to. He is riding your back, so you can ask him whatever you want whenever you think of it. Let's see.
Yeah, Horace spended all his intelligence talking to the pretty ladies.
Dawn breaks on the 10th day.
Wait, I forgot. I keep meaning to do this.
Oh.
I'm going to fucking fix my teeth.
Fix your teeth?
What?
Oh. Go ahead.
With the -3, you're going to make it worse.
No, I have a +2 overall.
Okay.
So 13.
Let's see. Recovery versus wounds like that.
Yeah, that's like fixing a broken bone. That's a specific.
Right. I'm going to say you need 2 dice for that. How many did you get out of that roll?
13, that's same. That should be 2 dice.
Yep, that's 2 dice.
Okay. Fix your teeth. Damn it.
Well, I
you
can't roll for lisping.
His personality goes up by 1.
Does he have to roll that for each tooth now?
No, just the teeth. Right.
Do you want me to try on you, Horace?
I don't have anything wrong with me.
Oh, okay.
It's Garrett who's missing teeth.
Oh, and he's not here. Okay.
Yeah.
He can fix
He
himself.
could fix his own teeth. Okay, dawn breaks on the 10th day of harvest.
Is that good or bad for us?
-2 spell check penalty.
It's better.
It's better than a -3.
All right.
Maybe today Horace will actually do something.
Let's see. That day is the 10th day of harvest.
Well, Horace did something. He kept those 2 guys occupied while we took care of everybody else.
Well, you murdered his friends, right?
That's right.
Right.
Horace is doing his job of being a meat shield and distraction, I guess.
I'm going to point out we were attacked. We did not initiate that attack.
We have not actually initiated any fights against the Kith here.
No.
As you do. Let's see.
We simply were walking around, minding our own business.
All right.
In front of unicorns that were trying to hunt.
We didn't attack them or the unicorns. We just approached them to, quote unquote, help them with the unicorns, and they attacked us. I don't know nothing about this shooting first.
All right, guys. What are you doing? Dawn has broken. Well, for your body clock, Dawn has broken.
Do we see our friendly ladies around?
Are our guides back?
No, they're not.
Okay. Then I would suggest we begin making our way to the palace.
I agree.
Do we want to go in the front door or look for a secret passage? Or other entrance?
Retromax, does he know of anything of the palace layout?
Good point.
No, Retromax knows nothing of this place. For when he was cast beneath the dragon wall, it was he was entombed and imprisoned. And that membrane within the pit prevented any creatures from descending to be within his range. Right?
You want to?
Oh, good point. So when we came out of the pit, that membrane was still gone.
It wasn't difficult for you to pass.
It hadn't regrown much, so
yeah.
Okay.
But the membrane kept things like jackalopes from getting down there. You know.
You might want to ask Retromax if he has any suggestions on dealing with this airlift that we're supposed to be dealing with.
Murdering.
Well, I got his answer before of, we don't have
I know
plans.
about plans, but suggestions are different from plans.
I think we're going to have to face this lady Earth or whatever her name is. And he's going to pop out and it's going to be a big fight. That's my guess.
That'd be nice. I'm doing all the heavy lifting.
I'm hoping.
Well, at the very least, I think it's time to continue forward. Onward to the palace.
All right.
We stick close to the wizard because he's getting weaker by the day.
See, it takes you 5 hours to arrive there, correct?
Yeah.
Did you want to climb the hill or do any of this stuff? You're sort of on the east side of it.
I don't want to touch that hill. But
yeah, probably best to stay away from the giant undead army.
Yeah, let's head to the palace.
Yeah.
Even though I am a necromancer in training, so.
All right, let's see. 5 hours, eh? That's one encounter. but it is uneventful, your travel to the palace.
Those
Okay.
handwritings, man.
You arrive at the palace unmolested. You remember the handout that I gave you earlier, right?
Yep.
You can. That's the palace itself that you had seen from afar, or at least Gib had seen it from afar. Wrong hat. Let's see here. That is 3, 4. All right. Ahead, there is an ancient palace of pale green stone covered with flowering ivy. Even from a distance, it is clear that much of the structure is no longer inhabited and has fallen into ruin. Still, dark green and bright yellow pennons fly from the central mass. The place is not wholly deserted. So you can see some movement amongst the palace itself, but you're still it's still a ways away. What do you guys want to do?
Do we want to go down into the inhabited portion, or try for a non-inhabited portion and try for a back way?
Non-inhabited is probably a good idea.
It's probably going to be what?
Here, good. I have a count. I'm sorry, I was just skimming my notes. What are you guys planning to do?
I think we were just deciding if we were going to try and go towards one of the more uninhabited looking parts or straight down the barrel of the gun.
Gotcha.
What do we think?
I think uninhabited would be good, because that way we can kind of remain undetected longer.
Well, we're detected. They know we're here. They even know
Yeah.
who we are. So,
And there's no cover anywhere.
I say we walk in.
Walk in, being all showing them who's boss.
Well, we did nothing wrong. We got stuck here. We came out of the tunnel. Kith started attacking us. Not our fault. We defended ourselves.
Okay.
And I think at that point, the monster's going to come jumping out and attack her. That's just my guess.
Make a luck check, Gerda and/or Hammy.
I think Hammy will do it because he's 1 point from his full luck.
Yeah, we don't want Forrest to do any of this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're successful. So you march brazenly towards the palace.
Politely.
There's some stirring on the ramparts, and when you can see the gates, you see 2 guards standing sentry. And when they catch sight of you, they go to like a stark, rigid attention. These are not anything like the hunters that you have seen earlier. They're much more like the kith that you're familiar with from the Kingspire, bedecked in martial material, full armor, shields, helmets, swords at their sides, wicked-looking
blades.
Wicked-looking spears, right? Not
Right.
these hunting spears that you've faced previously.
Not guys we're going to do too well against in a fight.
What will you do?
We will politely approach.
Yeah, I think, Gerda, at this point, I think you should come up front and start doing the talking.
Okay, as you begin your approach, some of those, you could swear it's those maids that you saw earlier, and they're not really wearing much more than they were when they were bathing at the lake, if anything at all. And they come, they come dashing out from the palace, barefooted, and a few of them are wearing bells on their ankles or their wrists, and behind them come a swarm of
Oh no.
what's 18 plus 15, Ethan?
33.
From behind them, from those come a swarm of at least 30 more maidens, and they're all laughing and singing, and they come swirling about you, and they wrap you up in silks, and they draw you near, and are guiding your way towards the palace. What are you doing?
Horace is enjoying every moment of this.
Absolutely.
Well,
that's why he became a great man.
Sorry?
We're going to go along with it. We're not going to fight it.
Okay, so you get swept up in this great procession.
Yeah, this is why Horace became a knight, man.
Iridian, make a intelligence check for me. DC 15. Looks pretty good. So you're remembering back to those hunters that you had slain, and you realize that you've not seen a single man amongst them. It's hard to tell with kiths because sometimes they can be fairly androgynous.
Mm-hmm.
But Arcor clearly recognized them as not being men. And when you peer closer at the guards at the gate, they're not men either.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Trippy.
Interesting.
So
trippy, but strangely alluring and attractive.
The maids sweep you into the palace. They show you to wonderfully appointed rooms. Each of you has a separate room that all are joined by a single, it's like in a small common courtyard with a fountain bubbling in the center. Gentle music is playing, and these maids are everywhere. It actually becomes a little maddening.
One of those guys spend a lot of days in the forest.
Horace is not at all maddened by this. He is incredibly happy.
So, what will you guys do?
Well, Hammy's looking around to see if they've left refreshments.
Absolutely. There's food and drink like you've never seen before. Exotic dishes and fruits. Fine wines and clear waters. What's that?
He's eating and filling his pockets.
Glomp, glomp, glomp. You can take as many rations as you think, points of rations as you think you can carry.
Oh, Hammy's no fool.
Horace is looking around for one of those lady guards and wants to talk to them and
chat him up.
Chat him up.
One of the guards or one of the maids?
Guards, because they're more his style.
Okay.
He likes tough girls.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. Why don't you make a personality check?
Oh boy.
This is what.
Hey, he did something.
That's good enough. So one of the guards that stands, at rigid attention out in a hallway that sort of leads to this area within the palace that you're being lavished on, is present. What do you say? What do you say to her?
Hey, baby.
Hey, looking good.
Why he's single?
she pulls off her helmet, and this black hair just falls over her shoulders, and she sort of turns her cheek a little bit and is twirling her finger in her hair, and she's all, "Oh, Knight of the Realm."
Oh boy.
Okay, so we're not going to stop here, but you all do have an opportunity to level. You also can spend as much time here in the palace as you like. You will be able to utilize my special carousing tables that I have for time that you spend in urban areas, and we're counting this as an urban area, so think of it like a town.
Oh, okay.
But everything about this place is exotic, even though if it's fairly run down and kind of crumbling around the corners, it's still breathtaking to mortal men. For Arcor, it's sort of like home, right? He's been in places like this, architecture like this, not uncommon for an elf. You're quickly recognized as a younger cousin, and that's how the maids always refer to you, the younger cousin. And they kind of think you're sort of quaint, like almost like you get the idea of like maybe a little backwards is how they look at you. But it's not overt or hostile or anything like that. You can do anything here in the palace that you would do normally within a town. So that is all your choices. I think you guys will be leveling to what level now? 4?
4.
Gerda just hit 4. If this counts as an adventure, then Hammy hit 4. Otherwise, he's not. He has to an adventure.
Sure, we can go ahead and count this as an adventure for Hammy.
But
right, you guys won't record a new. You won't at leveling at this point. You won't record a new level
of XP.
A new session.
Right.
By the completion of this evening. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, or our next session would be your first session on your progression to 5th.
So, quick question: since we're in a Kith palace, might I find someone to refit my Kith armor for me?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm getting a shield, baby.
I want a helmet too, but
I feel kind of guilty because we're planning on killing Lady What's Her Name. We really.
Well, I mean, maybe not anymore, but.
No, we got a demon with us. He's going to do his own thing.
Yeah, well, I mean,
what is Retromax doing during all this?
He is coldly silent. It's almost hard for you to draw him out.
He doesn't want to be sensed. That's my guess.
But what you do hear from him is he's like, enjoy your petty pleasures of the flesh.
Oh, I will.
Oh.
And has there been any mention of us seeing the lady?
Well, I got this nice lady I'm talking up over here, but
that's not the lady I'm talking about.
So, are you seeking an audience with the Lady Alarith?
Yes.
I thought that's why we were here.
What? Not me. I'm getting my armor fixed.
After that, we do wish to see her.
Is that what the kids are calling it now?
Gotta make sure it all fits.
Yeah. So let's see. It takes 2 days for your armor to be fit for you, Ethan.
Ooh. Okay.
The armor, when you arrive, sends you away. It's going to take you a day to complete the leveling process in just terms of relaxing, lounging, and recovering. You will also, like I said, if anybody wants to, if anybody wants to do anything special in the town, equipping and whatnot, that's fine. Everything is gifted to you. There's no money required to be exchanged, although a few favors are often requested. And they tend to be fairly carnal and slightly grotesque.
That's fine. I'm neutral. I'm open-minded.
Horace is, he's not the brightest guy. He sees pretty lady. Well, he sees pretty lady.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Let's see here. Does anybody want to roll on the... Actually, everybody has to roll on the carousing table just to sort of sort out what's happening to you while you're spending this time within the palace.
What am I rolling?
Let me just bring it up, and I will tell you.
And then what style or level of armor is this beautiful armor going to be?
That armor, it's plate mail, Ethan.
Woo!
It's plate mail, Horace. Let's see.
Oh,
what
man.
am I looking for? I will tell you, but it's not. But it hasn't been 2 days yet, unless you're spending those full 2 days. So this is the first day.
Yeah.
And this is the first day of carousing about what happens in that first day. And let's find my stupid carousing table. Role playing. And here it is. You can do general carousing, thieving about town, the dark arts, bazaar of the gods, and keeping a low profile.
Mild carousing is fine. Yeah.
Go through each character.
Yeah. So who's sorry? Which one are you doing, Ethan? General carousing.
Yeah.
Roll a d30 modified by your luck.
Okay. Six.
You have herpes.
Was this new information?
I just rolled my new second level spell is Banish.
Ooh.
And my new first level spell is Food of the Gods.
Oh,
hey!
Problem solved.
Yeah, now Garrett can just take his back seat and just...
Okay, so let's see. Horace, after a hard... I mean, he just takes to the loving embrace of the maids that are all too willing to serve in all accesses, and spends an evening drinking hard and heavily. And as you're sort of staggering your way back towards your chamber, you're beset by 4 of the guards.
Uh-oh.
And they beat you horribly with the blunt ends of their spears. And you hear them saying things like, "We don't want you coming around here and chatting up Katara. How dare you try to make her one of your own?" And they're just beat the ever-living snot out of you. You're reduced to, and you're really drunk, so you can't really defend well against this.
Okay.
And you're reduced to roll a single hit die for me, please. Nine hit points when you come to in the morning.
Oh man, I think you need
why don't you make a luck check for me?
Oh no.
Here comes the herpes.
That's very unlucky. Yeah. So
Shit.
You're beaten unconscious, and you lose all your coin if you're carrying any,
Oh crap.
and all of your non-magical treasure items. They take them from you.
Boy. Well, I mean,
You
at
probably
this
weren't
point,
walking a while armed.
yeah. Well, I don't know. So does this mean I no longer have any weapons?
That's right. Yeah. Anything, you're basically stripped.
Okay,
But
so guess who's going to be
aside
borrowing
from
stuff from
any,
the armory?
aside from any magical treasure that you might have in your possession, do you have any magical treasure?
Nope, because the crow ring, I don't have it, so no.
That's right. You gave it to the last Kith maid that you met. Didn't you? Or you got it
No,
from
I got
her,
it
and then
from
you gave
her.
it to the king.
Yeah, I gave it to the king, which is what helped us escape.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, you wake up in the morning beaten and bloodied. All right, who's
Well-
next?
Nothing worse can happen by hitting on Katara again.
Well, you'd be surprised. Who's next? Everybody's like, I don't know about this.
I'll carouse fine.
Do you want to take general, thieving, dark arts, bazaar of the gods, or keeping a low profile?
Gerdo is going to keep a low profile.
All right, roll a d30, please.
Ooh, funky dice. Roll the funky dice. With a -1 for her luck.
Ooh, 28. Oh, pardon me. This is just a d12.
Oh,
Modified by your luck.
that's a -1 for my luck.
Oh, is your luck down?
I have a luck of 8.
Yeah. All right. So that's a 2. Yeah. Nice and quiet. Things are pretty uneventful. You know, a few of the maids have tried to engage you in conversation, but they realize all you want to talk about is Ildevar.
I'm buying a shield from a blacksmith.
And collecting a shield. Though you do find yourself a nice round target shield.
Perfect.
It's made of mithril, of course. Actually, make a luck check for me.
Did you grab the broken one or the nice one?
No, I've had luck of 8.
It's not mithril. It's wood and leather bound, but it's a medium shield.
Perfect. Then Hammy will do some general carousing.
All right. Hammy, a D30, please. Modified by your luck.
Okay, so he has a luck of, it's back to 17. So he has
That's a +2.
+2. So he rolled a 16.
I'll be back.
I'm back if you noticed.
He knows. All right. So Hammy kind of following Horace's lead,
Not the best choice, but hey.
you know, enjoying food and a lot of food and things like that.
But
And-
not picking up on any guards.
Right. Well, and that's the problem is that
I'm with Horace.
is you're with Horace, but I mean, you were separated from Horace when he kept drinking and you went in search of another conquest.
I went for another meal.
You're kind of wandering a little bit around the palace itself, trying to get a lay of the land, as it were, and you see there are 3 of these of what you've come to know are elder knights, and these Kith knights that sort of serve as the guards for the palace. There are 2 of them standing out in the hallway, and they're being addressed by a third. And you come, lollygagging up to them. What do you say in your most jovial engagement with these women that have been nothing but friendly to you?
Hail and well met, ladies.
And at that, the two of them that are standing at their guards posts go like instantly rigid, and the third turns around, crouching and hissing, and says, "I am no lady to you," and dragging her sword, that's sparking off the grounds of the cobblestone pavements. I am the general of this palace, General Miriam. And she, slides this thing toward the sword tip towards you across the ground. It's sparking and arching, and all these stones and pebbles and stuff hit you in the eyes. What do you do?
I'm ducking the hell out of the way.
That's right. So you duck down, and you're like,
I'm
"You will
dodging out of the
kneel
way,
before me
scrambling
when
like a
you
hobbit."
address a general of the Kith. Our armies ruled over those of mortal men and half men."
Well, thank you for the correction.
"Flee from me,
Oh, I will.
boy, child, or face my wrath." So you've made an enemy of the general of the Kith, the palace. General Miriam is your enemy.
Nice. And all he did was walk by. That is so hammy.
Yeah. Sorry. Pardon me. All right. That takes
If
care
I
of
had a
Amy,
nickel.
Gerda, and Horace. How about Arcor and Ridian?
Ridian.
General, thieving, dark arts, bazaar of the gods, and keeping a low profile.
Well, Ridian's obviously going to go for the dark arts.
All right. That is a D30 modified by your luck.
It's coming. There we go.
17. Okay. Let's see. Roll a d4 for me, please. A 4. All right. So, there's this huge party that's basically been going on for hours. And Ridian's engaged in it as he will or won't. It's entirely up to you. Retromax has almost completely receded from your mind, except for this cold black flame that you can feel at the back of your skull, smoldering and waiting. And while you're waiting here, one of the maids approaches you, and she's wearing a black silk shrift. And she sits down and she starts whispering to you. And as she's whispering, these arcane runes are like floating out of her mouth, and they're dancing around her eyes, and they disappear and glitter into her hair. And you can tell that she's trying to teach you something, but you can't quite follow everything that she's saying. You can gain one random spell, which you can cast once per adventure. So once per not session, but once per adventure, what I will call an adventure.
Right, it's a story arc.
Yeah, one story arc. And it's but it's cast at a 1d16, and you don't even know what this thing is, other than she's like trying to seed it deep within your mind. We won't know the spell until you decide to cast it, and we will roll it, and we will determine its Mercurial effect as normal. But it is a random spell from the complete pantheon of magic user spells.
Cool.
How about Arcor? What's he doing?
So, what is the Kith? What is the viewpoint of the Kith within Arcor's history and culture?
Like
good or bad, or
like cavemen, like how we think of cavemen, but not backwards. Well, maybe a little bit backwards because of how they approach the world in terms of world domination and inferior races and all of that
Kinda
stuff.
Nazis.
But they have their own sophisticated culture and things like that. But lost to the ages, I think, might be.
Okay, so I guess my thought is the culture something that Ridian would want, or Aracor would feel appropriate to be participating in? Is it?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, you could certainly participate in it, and it's very Melda-Benayan if you want sort of a frame of reference from our own fictional literature.
Right.
It's cruel and hard, but also kind of beautiful at the same time, but then vicious and malicious, but peaceful in a way, right? It's attractive to him in a sense of something being unknown.
Right. So what were the categories again?
General carousing, thieving about town, the dark arts, bazaar of the gods, and keeping a low profile.
Okay. So I don't know if he is quite bothered by his iron poisoning orkiness. And
yes,
so
it's quite amusing to the to some of the Kith, and they titter behind their hands, these maids, and even a few of the guards. Oh, he spent too much time in the worlds of men. Look how the irons corrupted him.
At least they're not pissed at you.
Right. So he would like to try to find a way to be cured of it, or to remove the effect. And I'm not sure which category that would be. Probably the dark arts, maybe? Because otherwise, there's really nothing else.
I would say dark arts or bazaar of the gods.
Ooh, bazaar of the gods. We didn't do that.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll do the bazaar of the gods.
Okay, that's a D30.
Okay, with a luck modifier?
With the luck modifier, yep. Okay.
Good.
Oh, yeah! Man, look at that.
Wow.
Is that that's a 29.
It's 28 plus 1. Yeah, 29. It's good when you make the DM think.
I'm just skimming my notes. Give me a moment. Huh. All right. Well, this is... so you spend some time seeking out the libraries and the temples and the maids and the crones. There are a few of them. In attempting to learn more about the Kith and how and what they can do to sort of purify your blood.
Right.
To remove this orcish and quite disgusting trait that you've taken on.
Right.
A few of the crones agreed to treat you, and despite the better of your judgment, you decide to undergo the treatment. They bind you. They stretch you almost on a great cross, not a Christian cross, but an X.
Right.
And they bleed you, and
It's called the St. Andrew's cross.
right, and they leech you, and they yank the tusks from your bottom, from the bottom jaw, and slowly the green taint starts to become drained from you, but you become so drained that you're paler than you ever were, albino pale.
All right, you're
white. Your hair turns white through this process, and you have this kind of spiritual experience where you're blasted into a plane beyond your existence. I'll have to think a little bit more about how this Meldomanean like deity comes to you, and the ability that it grants you. But you can think about that a little bit off session. But in a sense, you'll receive one single clerical type of ability that's befet this Meldomanean deity, and you can utilize that clerical ability once per session with a spell check at a D16 plus your personality plus your level. It's just one die shift down, and then your disapproval is always a 2 when you use this ability, so you'll always have disfavor on a 1 or a 2.
Right.
And you always roll 2d4 on the appropriate disapproval table. So have a look at the clerical stuff, get familiar with what that looks like. Can send you my article about how to make clerics not suck, just so you can kind of think about how to approach, setting up this concept of a what's the right word? A deified patron, right? That's it. And Peter and I did this with Ildevar, which was kind of fun. Ethan and I did that with Horus, with Cornus, which was kind of fun. We'll work on a custom disapproval table to be used in this context. So I think that's pretty badass, I think, for our core.
Yeah.
But it's yet to really manifest itself because we'll need to spend a little bit of time figuring it out.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I think
that was one day, right?
What's that?
That's only one day.
Once per session.
No, what I mean is
yes, all of this occurred over one day. So we're going to wrap up for the night, but we're going to do a camping session just so we can start fresh on the 11th day of the harvest. So just in terms of all of this, and you guys, Ethan, you're kind of pretty badly beat up.
Yeah.
I'm going to heal him if I can.
Sure, you can certainly heal him if you like.
Yeah. My plan is in the morning to go to the guardsman and
actually you'll have to heal him at the beginning of the next session, Peter, because he wakes up on the 11th day of harvest, beaten and bloody.
Yep. And that is when I will go to the guards and repent of my failures of my mortal weakened flesh.
Okay.
And ask for his stuff back.
Let's see.
Or
So
replacement stuff.
that. All right. So in terms of camping, no need to eat food because there's plenty of it.
Yay.
Recover a point of luck if necessary. Recover a point of spell burn. Nils, you still suffer the penalties of the host of
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
Retromax. Everybody can recover a hit point, though you're probably not damaged except for Horus, who can't recover a point of hit points.
Because he's bruised and bloody.
Reset your disapproval and recover full stamina. Everyone except for Rydian, who cannot recover stamina.
I only need one this next full day, and then I will get my armor back at the end, so we can do whatever we want after that.
Oh, right. So you could get a suit of armor. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there might be other armor that you could get, but
Yeah, but I've been trucking this armor for how many weeks?
Since forever.
since Farouk, right? No, since
the
Kingspire.
Kingspire.
Yeah.
So also, just through all this, Ericor is going to get his bow replaced too.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's easy enough to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Once Horus gets this armor, I can actually pin up a nice figure for him. So
Cool. Well, that was a fun session tonight, guys.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
I think we'll wrap it up here. Any pros or cons for you? Maybe we'll start at the back of the order with Peter.
I just loved the whole time. I was really having a good time with this, and a lot of good role playing in there. I love the thing bouncing around inside of Nils's head.
Oh, the Retromax.
Yeah, that's just hilarious.
Cool. How about for you, Ethan?
my pro would be that after X number of weeks, I finally managed to get this armor refitted.
Right. Held on to it long enough.
Yeah, exactly. Was waiting for a time when I could get it refitted, and lo and behold, you stumble upon it. Palace of Kith, who can do it for you?
Oh, how about a con for you tonight, Peter? I know that there was plenty of pros with the role-playing stuff.
I don't have a con.
How about for you, Ethan?
My con would be that, generally speaking, for the past 3 weeks, Horus hasn't been able to do jack
Right.
with his rolls.
Yeah, he's been a little unlucky there. Right, Nils, how about for you, pro and a con?
Well, the con is the sucking demon in me.
Yeah, how are your stats doing, by the way?
Well, my strength is down to 6. Unfortunately, my physical stats were not that good to begin with. So
right.
6 is the lowest right now. And luckily, up until this week, or up until this day, because the spell burn I'd taken, the spell burn had been offsetting the loss in agility.
You would recover a point of agility.
Right, and then lose it.
So it was sort of staying even.
Right, yeah. But now that's caught up, and so now my strength is 6, my agility is at 9, and my stamina is at 7.
We got to get this.
We got a few more days left before I'm going to be
6, 7, and 11. Is that right?
6. I'm sorry.
What was the
strength is 6, agility is 9, stamina is 7.
6, 9, 7.
Is it Gerda who has? No, you don't have anybody who has restore vitality, right?
No, I have cure condition, or I have neutralize poison or disease and cure paralysis, but those.
Because I know there is a clerical spell that if you roll high enough can temporarily offset stat point losses. But
on the other hand, I've got an 18 personality, so I'm
nice.
So you're talking to the lady.
Yeah, instead of staring at my feet. Yeah. So yeah, losing the stat points obviously was a negative, but the whole role playing thing, for both of the characters, I think was great. I'm really impressed with how you're able to, from whatever chart you're working off of, you're able to think on your feet and come up with God damn it! Almost 3 times I've tried to wash my paintbrush in my soda glass cup. your ability to think fast based on the roles that you're getting and coming up with a really involved and very interesting and unique storyline.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying that. I'm having fun doing that too.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's been.
I'm just sorry with all this psychedelicness that Mike wasn't here.
Yeah, he would have loved it.
Oh
Right?
man,
I think he would have. He would have been out carousing. Gib would have been carousing in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, at least he'll get a chance to hear the recording. Hopefully, if he takes.
So
some time to listen.
there's my con. Mike couldn't make it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to close the broadcast. Thanks for playing tonight. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.